We're on a record in cause number 324442. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Glenn William Fink. Mr. Fink, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Fink, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Fink, you may put your hand down. Now, your full name is Glenn William Fink?
Yes, Your Honor.
How are you doing, Mr. Fink?
Good, and you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Fink, the information in this case alleges that on or about July 12th of 2018, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of possession of a controlled substance. Mr. Fink, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Fink, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Fink, I have before me a document that is titled the Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On page 2, are these his? I guess that is his initials. Okay. Okay, on page 2 of this document, Mr. Fink, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked nola contendere, which means no contest. Are these your initials?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, Mr. Fink, there's a signature above the line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, Mr. Fink, which is titled the Trial Court's Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature at the bottom of this document?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving, which means it states that you're waiving your right to appeal, which means that you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Fink, I have another document here. This document is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature on the second line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fink, prior to signing and initialing all of these documents that I just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'd also like to offer States 2, which is the probable cause affidavit.
Any objections?
No objection.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Lawrence, you advised and counseled Mr. Fink.
Yes, sir.
Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Fink, your attorney, Mr. Lawrence, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Fink, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. It is
And-
for 60 days over 1 year, $400 fine, and 60 hours community service.
Your Honor, I want to mention, the district attorney and I had discussed it. He doesn't have any money right now. He actually just.
Okay, well, we'll get to that point, okay? Mr. Fink, the state is offering that, Mr. Fink, the state is offering that you serve 60 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $400 and court costs of $452. That comes to a total of fine and court costs of $452. You will also be required to pay a $100 reimbursement fee to the crime lab for the analysis and storage and disposal of materials, a controlled substance, and chemical precursors, drug paraphernalia, or other material seized in connection with the offense. You will also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month, and reimburse the Jefferson County the $250 of a court-appointed attorney's fees. Now, the total monthly installments that you will be required to pay is $175 per month. Mr. Fink, will you be able to pay the $175 per month?
I guess I'm gonna have to be.
No, that's not the question. My question is, and this is for Mr. Fink to answer, okay? Mr. Fink, will you be able to pay the $175?
No.
Okay,
He had two on file, so both.
he had two on file. Which one was the most recent? That was
Um,
last year.
The
Which
one
one?
from us.
May I mention something?
Oh, I need to ask him a couple of questions before you do that. Now, I may have to. Mr. Deputy Monte, could you give me a financial questionnaire?
Which one, sir?
Just give me a financial questionnaire. It looks like
Yes, sir.
like
I
that.
didn't understand.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Now, Mr. Fink, need to ask you a couple of questions. Now, first of all, Mr. Fink, I'm looking at an affidavit of indigency that was filed back on September 22nd of 2020. Now, could you show him that?
Yeah.
You recognize that document?
Yes, sir.
Now, has anything changed in that document?
The food stamp benefits, I redid everything,
Okay,
but they're backed up and they've just not ever gotten back with me and I've not been getting them.
okay. Has anything else changed? I see on that document you have like employment.
I am employed now. I'm working 32 hours a week at Market Basket.
Okay,
They
Okay.
did cut his hours.
Yeah, they just cut my hours. to
okay,
32.
okay. So hours, so you're doing 32 a week. Okay.
And that
And
child support also
what's the
takes
let me do this here. And how long you been working at Market Basket?
Probably 5 months now, maybe.
5 months? Okay. And it doesn't ask number of hours, 32 hours. Okay. Now, your marital status is,
The child support takes half my check. You know,
okay. So on that document, did it when you look at monthly expenses, when the third where it says you see where it says rent and you see utilities, you see that?
mhm.
And then under that, it says child expenses. Okay, and that's including child support. Was that filled out? Did you have an amount on there
I had
before?
0 on them before because I wasn't working.
Okay. What are you paying now in child support?
They're taking around about $200 out of my check.
Oh, is that a month or do you get paid? You say
That's weekly they're taking.
you get paid every week?
Yes, sir.
So that's 200 a week?
Yes, sir.
So that's about
I'm
about
waiting-
800 a month? Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I'm waiting to go back to the court to have it lowered.
Okay, but I'm just saying, but right now it has not been lowered.
No, sir.
Okay. Now, on that document, did it have any rent that you was paying?
No, sir.
Oh, you paying rent now?
Yes.
What?
$225 a month, plus electricity, whatever that comes to.
Oh, wait up. So the rent includes electricity or electricity is separate?
Yeah, it's separate.
Okay, that's what I need to know. Okay, so you say 225. And what's the electricity, gas and water?
I guess an average would be probably $50.
That's just electricity only?
Yeah, just a little.
What about water and gas?
That's included with my rent.
The water? Oh, okay, okay.
It's
So
just
you say,
electricity is the only thing that I pay separate.
okay, so that you said it's about 50?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what about your food? How much you think you paying a month?
I don't know, I would say I try to stay under $50 a week, so.
50 a week, that'd be 200 a
about
month,
40, something like that, a week.
40 a week, that's 160 a month? Is it somewhere around in there? That's what you said?
Somewhere like that.
That's not much, huh?
I mean, that's all I can
That's,
really
that's
do.
awful cheap.
Okay,
40 a week is cheap.
All I can really do, I mean,
okay, so you're saying about 160 a month, okay. Well, now, transportation costs, you have a vehicle?
someone just gave me a car, so I really don't have any costs.
Okay, let me
yet.
ask, okay, let me ask you this here. Are you paying, do you have to pay a note on it, or was it a
No,
gift?
sir, it was.
Okay. Now, how much are you averaging on gas a week?
I really don't know yet. I mean, I was just giving it to me. I mean,
Okay,
and I work right down the road, so I wouldn't figure it would be a whole lot, but $20 a week maybe.
okay. What about, so that's 80 a month. What about, insurance?
And I haven't even had a chance to.
So you gotta get insurance, do you,
I've got to do that.
okay. You have a cell phone or home phone?
I have a cell phone,
What's that average in a month?
$40 a month.
Okay. And, you don't owe any probation, you're not on probation or anything, right?
You know,
You have any medical expenses that you pay?
insulin for my diabetes.
Okay, do you have to, how much is that a month?
That's about, I would say, every 2 weeks, it costs me probably $40, so.
$80 a month,
$80 a month.
something like that? Okay. Are you paying any, credit card expenses? Okay, now, what's your take home pay a month?
Before they cut my hours, I'm making $10 an hour, so $320 would be a week.
Okay,
And then child support's taking.
okay, yeah, I mean, I'm a, hold on, let me see. So it's 320, I'll just say 320 times 4. Okay.
That's his gross pay. would be
Okay.
620.
Yeah. Let me see. 320. Okay, that's about 1280, somewhere in there. Okay. Okay. Now, you say you're not married, right? Okay. And you don't, do you receive child support?
No.
Okay. And you don't have any SNAP or Social Security, right?
Okay.
Okay. And any other form of income?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, the home that you have, you're renting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you don't have a home and somebody just gave you a core. What do you think the asset on the core is? You think it's worth?
I think it was like, 3,200 is what I looked at Google, I think.
Okay, there, okay.
You're still-
Okay.
You're still living in a trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, renting a spot, basically.
Okay, let me do this here. Let me see, that's 12, 8, minus 225, minus 50, minus 6, minus 8, minus 80. Okay. I mean, if this is right, let's see, okay. You have this is what we're gonna do. Okay, what's the community service?
60 hours. If we could reduce this, that
hold
was 60 a month.
hold on a minute. Let me, according to this here, I'm looking at the numbers that you gave me. It appears that you would have, now the monthly fees that you were required to pay is $175. According to this, once I took out what you made and your expenses, you have $645 left. So is there something else that you have expenses on that you that we failed to include?
Is your son living with?
Yeah, no, some, but I'm looking, I mean.
Okay, let me ask you this here. Okay. How old is your son?
211.
Oh, he's 11. Okay, so. Okay, no, okay, so the food that you're talking about, the 40 a week, did that include your son?
I guess not, I mean,
Okay, let me do this here. Now, how much, if you had to add, and how much extra that you'd have to, pay for food, including your son?
I guess, $100 a week, maybe?
You said 100 a week,
Yes. I mean,
so that'll be 400. That'll be 4 plus this, would that be 560? So you're saying 560? Hold on, so that minus 200. Is that right? That's not right. Yeah. No, okay, that was right. Minus another 200. I think it was 645 minus 400. 245. I'm gonna be right at it. Let me do this. Okay. This is what we're going to do.
May I make a request, Ron?
Okay.
Could we please reduce the probation fee from 60 a month to down around 30 or 35 a month? I
Okay.
think the state minimum is 25 a month.
Okay, hold on a minute. Mr. Monty, somebody is at that back door back there. Okay, now, what I was gonna do was, okay. It's fine in court costs I can do, okay. That's eight. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. On the fine and court costs, the fine and court costs, we're gonna convert 400 of that. Let's divide by 12.5. Let's see, 400 of that, four. Divided by 12.5. Okay, we're gonna convert $400 of the fine and court costs to 32 hours of community service. Okay. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna convert. It was 800 and the fine and court costs together was $852. But we're gonna take 400 of that, 400 of the 852 and convert that to 32 hours of community service.
That you're adding or subtracting?
No, it's gonna be converted to community service. So he's gonna be doing 32 hours of community, 32 hours plus the 60 is 92, but 32 of that is fine and court costs that he's serving. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Okay,
I-
so,
I would beg that you reduce the probation fees per month from 60 a month to 35 or 30 a month, if possible. That's what's always done where somebody's sort of informal.
yeah, well, pursuant to Article 42.15, the court has the authority to convert fine and court costs, and I'm just looking at the numbers that we are working with. Let me do this here. Hold on a minute. Let me do this here. That's 400. Let me do this here. Let me do this here. Let me do this here. Oh, 400 divided by 36. Okay. 60 minus 36. I mean, if the numbers come out to basically the same, he gets it's gonna be the minimum fee of 20, this is 24, but it's like $25. So if I reduce it's the numbers are still gonna be the same, is what I'm saying. So, cause it's really, he's being reduced $36 and something per month. That's what the reduction is, to reduce from 60 to 25, I think, is $35 a month.
Mhm.
All right, so he's getting $36 a month that is being reduced by taking the $400 fine and dividing it by 12.5, which is how much you get, $12.50 per hour for each hour. So it still comes out to basically the same amount of money that he's going to be required to pay.
If we could take that out first before we do the calculation. He doesn't have any money and he's
Well-
not making any money, for example.
Well, right now, you said, what I did, I reduced it. I took that into consideration.
Good.
I mean, so I took that into consideration. So his fine and cost has been, it's going to get reduced. It's just that, yeah, it's going to get reduced.
Yeah.
It's just that it's like you did take it from this pot or take it from that pot, it still comes out the same.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so did
Are we-
you get that? Let me read the judgment. I know it took us a little time.
Well, no, I got the conversion and everything, but are we gonna reduce the probation fee?
Let's do this now. Let me ask you this here. You was talking about your well, I've already reduced, you was talking about the number of hours that you make per week. And you're right at 32 right now. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And in the past, have you been at 40? Or did they reduce your hours, or have you always been at 32
I
hours?
was at 40 and they just reduced me to 32.
They just reduced you to 32. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna reduce let's reduce the probation fee. Let me say it's from 60 to $45. Okay?
Okay, so we're gonna reduce it from 60 to 45.
45, right. Okay, so that'll give you some ability to be able to handle your financial responsibilities on probation, okay? Okay. Okay, she's gonna retype the judgment. Once she retyped the judgment, the numbers are gonna, that I gave you earlier is gonna change. So just hold on for a few minutes. Let me do this. Chair.
Good.
Okay, you look at, okay, the court has been pointing, I think I made an error on the calculations. Hold on. That's 1,280 that you're making them, well, that was saying that you're making a month. Okay, let me do it like this here. You said you make 32 an hour? Is that correct?
32 an hour, no, 32 hours.
32 hours time, okay, 32
$10 an hour.
times 10. Okay, that's 320 a week times, let's say 52 weeks, 52 equal. Okay, okay, that's 16. Okay, divided by 12. So that's about 13, let's say about 1380. 1386. Okay. Okay. Let me do this here. 1380. Okay, that's I forgot I didn't take out the child support. Minus 225 minus 50 minus there's 800 800 minus, yeah, that's at 3 right there. 5. Okay, 5. So okay. Minus. Oh yeah, we in the negatives right now. Minus 80 minus 40 minus, yeah, he's in the negatives. Okay, let's strike what we just did.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna find that you're indigent, and the fine of $400 plus court costs. Hold on, that which is 852, which is okay. 852 times 12.5. Excuse me, should be divided by 12.5. Okay, that'll be 68 hours of community. That's your fine and court costs is gonna be converted to 68 hours of community service. Okay,
So are we completely
You're
waiving
right.
the fine,
it's not waived,
or it's gonna?
it's to be converted.
Okay. And so.
Fine and court costs. It's gonna be 68 hours of community service.
Plus the already made 60? Or-
Right.
Okay.
And then the probation fee is gonna be reduced to the minimum of $25. Okay, yeah, the probation fee is gonna be $25, which is the minimum. Okay,
Thank you.
okay, yeah. That's gonna be pursuant to Article 42.15. Okay. The probation fee is gonna be, the fine and court costs is still gonna be in the judgment, but the probation office is going to make the adjustment. Because in the judgment, it's gonna say that your fine and court costs is converted to, community service. So they'll make that adjustment, but it'll still be, it's in the judgment, but they'll make the adjustment. And so they'll let you know what the numbers are. But your probation fee of $60 is reduced to the minimum of $25. Okay, so it's just like a $35 reduction per month. Okay. So I'm just waiting for her to finish typing that up.
Thank you for listening to us, Judge.
Oh, yeah, we just pointed out that, state. We're just trying to work with, 42.15.
You want to throw away your old copy or do you want?
Oh, yeah, this is the old one right here.
Yeah, I would hang up a new one.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, so, the state is offering that you serve 60 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you're not have serving any time in jail in this case because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you're required to pay $400 fine plus court costs of $452, which comes to a total of $852. The court has found that you are indigent. Therefore, the $852 fine and court costs will be converted to 68 hours of community service pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. You will also be required to, pay the fee, the reimbursement fee to the crime lab of $100, and a probation fee of minimum, that's being reduced to $25. And you will also be required to pay $25 per month. And you also be required to pay the urinalysis fee of $15 each month. And the court-appointed attorney's fees will be repaid to the county. And now, your monthly installments, now this is including your fine and court costs, is $140. That number is going to change because the probation office is going to convert $852 of your fine and court costs to community service. So it's going to be lower than the $140 per month. You understand that? But it's still in the judgment, and then the adjustment has to be made by the probation department. Now, would you be able to pay that? Okay. Now, you will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service. That's the regular community service. Do you understand that? And you would, okay, so your total community service hours, that's that 68 hours for the fine and court costs, plus the 60 hours for regular community service hours, is 128 hours. Do you understand that? Now, you would also have to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Now, Ms. Maxey, did I cover everything regarding your plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Lawrence, did I cover everything regarding your plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. I wanted to mention one thing just for the benefit of the court. He had a prescription for alprazolam, also known as Xanax, at one time several years ago, and he isn't sure where that turned up in this little bottle in the car. He isn't
So
sure
let me ask you this
where it
here.
came from.
Is he withdrawing his plea?
No, he's not.
Okay.
I'm just saying that it had been prescribed at one time. That's
Okay.
all I'm adding.
Okay. All right. And so, he is sticking with his plea of no contest.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Mr. Fink?
That's right.
All right. Now, Mr. Fink, as earlier the court is, do you understand the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the plea bargain agreement and the adjustments that the court has made is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the plea bargain agreement and the adjustments that the court has made?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement with the adjustments that the court have made. Mr. Fink, you can stand on the X where your attorney is standing. You're gonna follow the directions of our court clerk. Once you finish following her direction, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Smith. Oh,
All right.
you're starting to break up again. I may have to, you may have to come in here. You're breaking, for some reason, you're breaking up.
I'll ask him whenever he's done. I'm just gonna get your right thumbprint on that blue light, please. Judge, do you want him to keep this?
Oh, yeah, you can trash. Yeah.
Okay.
That was just something that that's
Lift it and
what was
put
in
that
his
down.
file.
Thank you. You can have it.
Let's see what we got.
Yes, sir.
On, let's do this here. Let's call,
Burbank's client?
yes.
I have not heard from Burbank, so I haven't come back.
I know, but you had talked to his office, right?
They haven't reached him.
Okay. Mr. Woodside?
She said she thought he was in his office, in the back, and he was not.
Okay, well, it's gonna be let's reset it a quick,
And okay, I'll do,
it shouldn't be a 30-day. We could get it shorter than that. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't have any.
Oh, okay, this case is gonna be reset, Mr. Woodside, 6/11,
Can you give me that number? I don't have my document.
320716,
Thank you.
State of Texas versus Darrell C. Woodside. Mr. Woodside, stand over there on the X, the case is gonna be reset. Stay in contact with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
Once you leave here, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day.